This is Dan Jurgens, and if you want to have a good time, keep listening to the Krypton Report.
Jason J. Lewis, the voice of Superman on Justice League Action. And you're listening to the Krypton Report.
Welcome to the Krypton Report podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, the Superman of Blue, and with me is always James Cole, the Superman of Red, the Red Tonight, the Man of Steel himself. And with us is our special guest, first special guest of the year, Levi. What's up, bro?
How's it going, everyone?
Hey. Welcome to 2026. I got
2026. It's wild, right?
Yeah, wild. I got a few news blips and bring it up here. First of all, if you're a podcast listener, DC High Volume has now, as of this recording, completed, but The Killing Joke. There's a 2-episode that they did on The Killing Joke, so I thought that was kind of neat.
Ooh, that'll be fun to listen to.
Me and Solomon are just a little bit behind because I got him hooked on it with me, and he only wants to listen to it. It's just him and I driving in the car. So we're still at the last episode of the Nightwing Year 1. Supergirl merch is finally available on the Amazon DC store, which is cool. It just kind of what sucks about it is they haven't put the poster up yet. So I want to order the poster, put it in my office. And some other news I have here. This was a quote from James Gunn from Variety not too long ago, but it says, James Gunn on Man of Tomorrow. At its core, it's about Clark and Lex. I can relate to both of them. I relate to Lex's ambition and obsession, minus the murder, and I relate to Superman's belief in people, his Midwestern values. They're two sides of me. All right. Thank you, James Gunn. Let's see what else we got here. Sideshow Collectibles and Iron Studios have announced a brand new Absolute Superman 1/10 scale statue. As huge fans of the comic series of Absolute, this is nice to see something. Well, yeah, that's cool, but I wouldn't mind seeing a McFarlane figure of the Absolute universe or some regular statues that aren't like super expensive.
Yeah, but you know what? With that art, that statue is going to be pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to talk about some of the rumors, but I'll just say it. It's rumored, because I guess there was a quote that Wonder Woman is reportedly being cast and may make an appearance in Man of Tomorrow. As we all said, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, just a rumor for now.
It also feels a little too close to what happened in the past with Wonder Woman popping up. And
I agree. I feel like it's James Gunn doing like, hey guys, I'm going to do it better. Watch this.
James Gunn is just really damn good with ensemble casts. So, I mean,
yeah,
if this is how he were to introduce more and more characters as it goes, just having the world filled with them. Project after project having multiple people in it. I mean, that's kind of the way it is, And I think he would do it well.
We have no idea about any of the Justice Gang returning in Man of Tomorrow either. But Nathan Fillion on Guy Gardner, does he get along with Hal and Jon Stewart in Lanterns? Nathan says, I think everybody hates Guy Gardner pretty consistently. He's unlikable, and he doesn't mind. He's okay with that. I think he's a very defensive guy. He's a guy with a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't want anyone close to him, but he also doesn't care what anyone thinks. All right, so Guy on Lanterns will be a douche.
I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you play him. That's how he's got to be. I mean, how many? What's the animated where they say Green Lantern and both John and Hal are like, no.
Barry Keoghan, however you say it, will return as the Joker in the Batman Part 2. And I've said this before. That's fine. Just make him that prisoner in the cell. And right now, my headcanon is he looks so messed up because he recently fell in acid. Just make him not look the way he looked behind that cell. Make him not as creepy. And then this is being reported as fact. I'm going to bring it up. It said it was on the Hollywood Reporter, but I didn't see it for sure. But this just happened. That supposedly Sebastian Stan is playing Harvey Dent in the Batman Part 2.
I'm down with that.
So
Sebastian Stan's really damn good. So
I'm completely fine. My only thing, and I've said this how many times, give me Harvey Dent. Do Harvey Dent. Do not make him Two-Face. Save that for your third film.
yeah,
Make him he's just Harvey Dent throughout this movie. Show him as Harvey's best friend. You know, Bruce's friend, Harvey, and show him as Harvey. The White Knight Harvey. All right. Now, this was provided by our man, Levi. Levi, you want to talk about these?
There were... Man, I didn't even send you guys all of them. There are a ton of McFarlane leaks. The license has been up in the air. We know Mattel's getting it back. The timeline is unclear. It looks like probably middle of next year, third quarter. So,
You mean this year? It's 2026
this
now.
year, yeah, this year now. The good news is it looks like they're keeping it at least through the Supergirl movie. A bunch of Supergirl pre-orders leaked. We're also getting another Chris Reeve Superman, another Henry Cavill Superman. This one they say is from BVS. I don't know it's going to be different, considering we've got that one already.
We need the man. We need the Man of Steel.
The Man of Steel is what I would want. I think the big one, though, the real big win is Brandon Routh. Superman Returns. He's getting a McFarlane. So it's nice to see a company acknowledging that movie actually exists. So,
Superman Returns, Brandon Routh, and the Supergirls are definitely ones I'll buy.
It's gonna make me buy another Kingdom Come and the Superman Returns, so I can Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yep.
yeah.
I gotta get the McFarlane Kingdom Come. That's one I don't have. And then the last thing I have is we got another picture of like a behind the scenes. It was in USA Today of Millie Supergirl. It's a really good looking picture too.
Yeah, it's the would they say the first like in film image that wasn't, in the trailer.
Yeah, it wasn't the trailer, and it's her in the suit, but not with the coat on.
Yeah, and not, and it appears not the same image we saw or bits we saw with her in the suit in the trailer.
So today, episode is kind of a fun one. This was an idea that I came up with a while back, just kind of goofing after, I think I came up with it either after Superman or around Peacemaker, just because we had the Justice Gang, made up for the film. I was like, what if we just kind of took and made our own superheroes? And the criteria, I mapped out some of the family
Superhero
teams, yes.
Yeah.
And I mapped out some of the families that we have, because James and I have had conversations before. How about all the heroes now have like these massive families and stuff? So it was like, build your own teams. We're going to do 3 teams. You could go at no less than 5 members, no more than 9 members. And you could pick from anyone, but the families were just kind of like there to help guide. So my example team, I technically built 4, because this is my example, is I call this team the Justice Gals. And it consists of Batwoman, Power Girl, Nubia, Mary Marvel, Sojourner Mullins, Avery Ho, Flash, and Emiko Queen. So, the Justice Gals. That's my example team. So, it's kind of my
I like your graphic, though. You did.
Yeah.
Good
I'm all
images.
about the graphics. I like the Power Girl, like that suit. I thought it was pretty cool. I think if I would have done pairs, I've a long time said Power Girl and Connor should be like a team out somewhere. But since Levi is our guest, I'll let him start with his first team. Who's on it? What you named it? And then if you want to talk about why you chose who you chose.
So this one, let's go. We'll start with my more fun one, I think. We're calling it the Volatile Connection.
Okay.
We've got Kara. We've got Jason Todd. We've got Guy Gardner. Connor Hawk. We got Billy Batson and with Hippolyta as well from the Wonder Woman family.
Okay.
And I'm sure, as you can tell, some of these characters are not the most emotionally stable of the bunch. Kara, Jason, Connor, depending on the part of the timeline you want to yank them from.
Yep.
And then what's more fun than adding Guy Gardner to that? Teenage Billy Batson. And I would love to see Guy Gardner hit on Hippolyta and how long that would last for.
I like that team. That would be a really cool comic. And what did you name it again?
Volatile Connection.
Nice. I like that team.
That is the team you do not want to have show up in a crisis.
No, that's why it would be an awesome comic. Who would you pick as your team leader?
I mean, I kind of feel like I was thinking Kara initially, but I kind of feel like you have to go with Hippolyta.
Right, because I could see Hippolyta asserting herself and making herself the leader.
She's a queen, so I mean that's kind of her
thing. Okay, yeah, all right. Drop the team names in the chat so I can keep track of them because I don't have. Wait, yeah, I do. Hold on. All right, James, your first team.
So my first team, I've got Kong Keenan, Superman of China. I picked from the Bat family, Ghostmaker.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's definitely different. I like it.
Yeah. Avery Ho, Flash of China. Yara Flor, Wonder Girl.
Okay.
Mary Marvel and Cruz.
And who?
Jessica Cruz.
I just didn't hear it. Yeah, she is a Green Lantern that I really like. That I think would be. I'd like to see more prominent. Okay, and what's your name of your team?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure.
So James Gang.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm not. The name is the harder part for me. I mean, this team, I wanted it to be some more international type players, and with Mary Marvel and Jessica Cruz, I mean, with their abilities, their powers, and everything, they can go anywhere.
All right. So what if we just call them International Justice?
You know what? I actually thought, I was thinking that. I was like, but that's just kind of plain. And they got,
dude, I mean, just the Justice Gals.
International. They got Justice League International. So I was going with international justice.
I'm like, that's the fun, man. Okay, it's supposed to be kind of corny at the same time. Man, I'm looking for my better pen.
Well, I got embarrassed here because mine suck, and I mean, right out the gate, it was, what was it? Volatile Connection. Like,
that's the only
great.
one that has a good name.
I was like, well, shit, put on the spot on that one. It's generic.
Who would be your team leader?
Well, I mean, I would probably say that the team leader there would probably have to be Ghostmaker. Kind of, you know, I mean, he's got the money, he's got the connections. I'm sure he's got the travel and their HQ, that type of stuff, you know. Unlike Batman, who would do that and leave the leading up to somebody else, Ghostmaker would not. And he would insist.
Yes, I have a pen. Thanks to my beautiful wife. Okay.
So, I think that's what that one is.
All right. On my first team, Justice's Child, starring John Kent, Damian Wayne, Trinity, Connor Hawke, Jay West, Nessa Pierce, Zatanna, Helena Wayne, and Andy Curry. Boom. Let my playoff Destiny's Child, Justice's Child. This is my first team. What you think, boys?
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. Even a bit more there than I thought, and or
this is my biggest team.
Kind of, it is. I think, yeah, but it's very similar.
Because this is the idea. This is all the kids of Justice League members. So my leader would be John Kent, who's constantly, you know, with his second in command being Damian. But this is and then you have Helena Wayne, who's like not Damian's sister, but kind of is because it's the Earth 2, you know, kind of like in the New 52 where the world's finest was Power Girl and Huntress. And then I thought, you know what? We got a nice little mix, and these are the kids that all have to live in their parents' shadow. And are they good enough? And we have that dynamic of always being compared to your parent and what that does to you. So, Justice's Child, I present to you.
Well, see, now you're going to make me follow that up. I'm gonna go with my team that had the similar idea to yours.
Sweet.
We're going John Kent, specifically John when Superman was on Warworld. So we're talking full-on Superman, John Kent.
Okay.
We got Dick because Nightwing is the best member of the Bat family.
Yes. Yes, he is.
For Green Lantern representation, we're going to go with Simon Boz.
Nice.
We're going to go Wally West. And then for the Shazamily, I went Mary for this one. Shazam one's hard to make fit into this one because we're calling this one Gen 2.
Okay. Gen 2. Yep, I gotcha. Okay.
So you beat me to the punch on that one.
Well, it's okay, because wait till you see one of mine on a similar thread. Okay. Who's leading Gen 2?
John's going to lead, but it's going to be Nightwing whispering in his ear most of the time. Let's remember, John's got the brain of a realistically like a 15-year-old still when you read his comics.
Oh yeah,
he looks up to Dick. So
that's why.
Don't you say it.
That's why I just recently did my little rant video about we have a John Kent problem in comics right now because they don't really know what they want to do with him. All right,
that's
Gen 2.
Whole other tangent I could go on with John Kent in the comics right now.
All right, James, what is your second team?
All right. Well, I was just reading it down the way, so my second team is very much the same as your first team and Levi's second team. I went with Young John before he got aged up. Damien, Ira West, Trinity, Darla from the Shazam family.
Nice.
Teen Lantern.
Nice.
And Mia as Speedy.
Nice.
She was Speedy at 15. So everybody is very young. I went with very young people. I went with children of most of the league. I almost had Impulse in there, but I kind of wanted to steer the team to like the youngest generation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got Youngest Justice right here.
Youngest Justice. Yes. Love it. Love it.
There you go.
All right, my second team I call the Forgotten. It consists of Val Zod, Ace West, Simon Baz, Osa Ray, and Osa, other one that I always forget the name, and Ryan Choi, and then I think and Yara Floor. I call them the Forgotten because most of these characters get pushed aside or forgotten, period. Like the twins. Nobody knows who they are, where they went, or what happened to them. They just disappeared. And Val Zod, he just disappeared. Since they officially made Ace West, he's just one of those characters that just comes and goes. Simon definitely gets pushed to the back of all the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern books try to do good with having a little bit of all of them, but there's just too many of them. And I think Jessica Cruz, I like when it was her and Simon together. But I mean, now we have Teen Lantern and Joe Mullins and all this. Like, I really feel like every creator wants to make their own Green Lantern. And Simon just kind of doesn't have anything that really helps him stick out too much. He just keeps getting pushed to the back. So I present the Forgotten. And my leader, I think my leader would be Ryan Choi. I think it would just add an interesting dynamic.
Curious. Interesting. Yeah. That's a cool team, though. Especially love the inclusion of Val Zod.
Yeah, he gets no love. That's why I got to bring it back around. All right. Levi, Team 3.
So team 3, we're going to start out with the only muscle on the team. We're going to go just straight up Superman, Clark Kent. These picks will make more sense in a second. We're going to go with Alfred.
Nice.
With Darla.
All right.
We're going to go with Ollie from the Green Lantern family. But specifically, like those versions of Ollie where he's around the Justice League and he knows he shouldn't be there. You see it in some of the animated stuff sometimes. The League does something incredible and he kind of just looks at his bow and arrow.
Yes.
That version of Ollie. And then we're going to go with Jessica Cruz, but when she first got the ring, and I mean the forever evil power ring.
Nice.
The whispering nonsensical evil into her ear all the time. And this team's called Oh No, because it's mostly just Clark flying around trying to make sure no one dies.
Nice. I like it. All
This
right.
is the team that Clark puts out the call. The Bat family, Alfred's the only one in the cave. Ollie answers because Ollie always answers. Darla picked up the cell at the foster house.
I love it. Not going to hear no complaints from here. All right, James, what is your next team?
So Team 3 is Supergirl,
Okay.
Batwoman, and I picked those two primarily because of their dynamic from the Arrowverse. That's why I picked them in there. I have got Hippolyta, Iris West's Impulse, Pedro, Jade, Starheart, and Black Canary.
Nice. I like that one. What do you call this team?
Honestly, this could be a Birds of Prey team.
So we could call this team Winged Creatures.
No, yeah, right. Well, I mean, it was mostly a female team, and I thought Pedro being in there for good measure would be fun.
Nice.
I think he'd enjoy the company.
The odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to call this James's Team 3. Or we could call it James's Gals.
James's Gals. Justice Gals. Yours
Yeah,
was an example. No, that was an example.
Right, is an example. But I'm because Solomon originally was supposed to do this with us, but then he wasn't able to do it because he wasn't sure if he was going to be home in time because he was taking part of a grief special event tonight. So I was like, well, dang it. So, all right, my third team. Are we ready? I call this V3. Starring Tim Drake, Bart Allen, Cassie Sandsmore, Kyle Raynard, Freddie Freeman, Mia, and Cowder. I chose this team because they're all like the third version of whatever character is. So, I'm not counting Golden Age characters because I didn't count Golden Age. I counted starting with Silver Age, more modern. This is the third version of these characters. Here they are. Together.
Awesome.
Ta-da.
Kyle getting some love is always nice.
See, a team like this I could see on like Young Justice.
Yeah. I counted Freddie as like the third because like, you know, like you had Billy, then Barry, and then Freddie kind of thing. I was like, yeah, he kind of gets put to the side. So I picked him as my, like, the third. But the idea was, you know, Tim is the third Robin. Impulse is kind of the third Flash. You know, Cowder is kind of, you know, the second Aqualad, kind of third Aquaman. Cassie is the third Wonder Girl or Wonder Woman, depending on how you count down, you know. So you had Wonder Woman, then Wonder Girl, then Wonder Girl. So yeah, this is called V3. They're just kind of where we just keep making versions of the same character. Couldn't really think of how to rank the super team because there's like really only ever been one Superman, even though they try to make John Kent Superman. That goes back to my whole John Kent problem.
Right.
But yeah, that is my third team. I think it'd be an interesting dynamic of people. But I think I want the listeners to drop us comments or send us emails about which team was your favorite, like grouping or even your names. Let's go back through them. Are you ready? Volatile Connection. International Justice. Justice's Child. Gen 2. Youngest Justice. The Forgotten. Oh no. James's third team. V3, and then honorable mention, the Justice Gals, since Solomon wasn't here to insert his team. Think we got a nice little pitch for people. What do you guys think?
What are your teams, and what names can you give them?
Yeah. So drop us what your team would be. Now, what you guys been reading? Anything good?
I have just been working on some of the KO books, all the tie-ins so far. I'm actually on, what is it, the night fight or something?
Yeah.
But I read Titans, Flash, Justice League Unlimited.
I've been reading KO books, and I kind of feel like some of them really make sense. Then I feel like there was a moment where it feels like I missed something. Like it just got, because James and I did a whole episode on like the KO bracket based on what they released, and then that got tossed out the door quickly because of how they started it, and then they had their own kind of redone bracket and everything. So it just really felt like, it just kind of like threw me for a big loop.
Well, in that first issue, they do like a like this big battle, and certain things happen, and like Batman is killed, but he's not. He wakes up in this night fight world or whatever this is.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to start that. I haven't even read any of the round 1, round 2, all the fights. The one I am excited to get to, I do want to read, obviously I want to read Superman and Captain Atom, but the one I'm excited to get to is Joker and Red Hood. Jason getting to be ruthless on the Joker. I mean, or are they even battles? I don't even know. I mean, it's supposedly it should be, right?
Yeah, they are. I am completely caught up. Where are you, Levi? Have you been reading any?
Matt, I am ashamed to say I am months behind right now on my comics. My digital stack is building up. I've been listening to audiobooks the last couple months, so.
Oh, I get that. That's cool. That's cool. I do a lot of reading like when I lay down at night. So that's kind of my thing, is I'll lay down at night and to kind of just chill out and relax, I read. I actually went on for a little while. Of course, I read whatever like the newest books are on Ultra. But like I went on a whole Ghost Machine kick. And if you guys are interested in anything that Ghost Machine has put out, Hyde Street, I cannot recommend that. That is a bizarre, interesting. I did it all on Hoopla, so that's how I did mine. If you have a library card, you can access Hoopla. I read Hyde Street, and it was pretty amazing. But I also read all the stuff that was Ghost Machine on Hoopla. So
that's cool. Not that it quite pertains to what we are talking about, but I've been reading X-Men.
That's fine. We're just talking comics right now.
Yeah, I've just been reading X-Men, some modern X-Men books currently running, and I have one of the older Epic collections that I am working through as well. So
nice.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the Claremont run.
Did I ever tell you guys
5.
when I met Chris Claremont? No. And at the time, okay, so I met Chris Claremont and I heard the name, and I was in line because my friend was the one that took me to this convention, and he was the one that was like really like, oh my gosh, I got to meet Chris Claremont. Okay, so I know that name, and this was before smartphones, guys. Okay, so I met Chris Claremont, and then later when I got on the internet. And that's when I learned exactly how much Chris Claremont had contributed to the X-Men and everything. And then I was like, dear God, this guy is better than Stan Lee when it comes to the X-Men. I was like, I felt ashamed of myself. I felt ashamed of myself at the time because I just didn't realize all he had done. This is an example of how smartphones can help us not look stupid.
Right. The majority of the 90s X-Men, and mind you, Claremont started writing X-Men in the 70s. But the majority of the 90s X-Men animated show, the majority of everything in that show comes from mostly Claremont stuff.
Yeah, and all the characters that we love.
But, yeah.
Threatens all...
and Jim Lee's art.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate threat of comics because like everything that we know in there is from him. So
interestingly enough, though, today picked that up for Tyler.
Yeah.
Yep. They had one, the compact.
I told James I wanted to get one of the compact books.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the new ones that were coming out. I was like, my problem is every compact book that's coming out, I already own as the trade. I was like, but I wanted New Frontier. And when I went to buy it at my local shop, they were out. Because I said I might end up buying Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow on compact because I don't own that one. And it'd be kind of cool just to have as a reference into, it's a good story, but you know what I'm saying? And right. James was like, I'll go check my shop. And I get a nice little message today. Hey, man, look what I found. What I got.
I got you, bro.
I was like, yes.
It's always nice seeing, like, when they do something like the compact books, and you're like, oh, man, I can't get any of them because I already own all of them. It means you got good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, yep, I picked this one up, and I'm actually pretty sure that it was the only one on the shelf. So I might have picked up the last New Frontier. So I got to mail that down to you.
I love it.
So the only compact book that I bought was V for Vendetta.
See, I would have bought that one, but my friend gave me his not too long ago, or else I wouldn't have had that one.
Now, with it being a compact book, everything is smaller. So
that's what I'm.
Everything. I started reading some of this. Okay, I opened it up and I started reading some of this, and it's fine. You might have to read it a little bit closer, but it's fine. Okay, V for Vendetta. That is a pain in the ass. I had to grab a magnifying glass.
Oh man. That hurts.
Dude, like, are you kidding me? Like, I can't. I downloaded it so I could read it digitally. I'm just like, well, at least I got it.
Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts to laugh. Yeah, I want to pull that out and reread it. So,
thankfully, they have it on the app, so I was able to download it.
That's pretty awesome, though. Anything else you've been reading, Levi, or what books you've been listening to?
For the most part, it's been the Last Kingdom series. I've been doing a binge of both the books and the show. So each season of the show is about 2 books. So I finish 2 books, and then I watch a season of the show. And then
that was a good show. I liked that show. I didn't know it was. I actually didn't know that it was based off a book. I'm sure it's in the credits, but I never.
The books are fantastic. Give the books a shot. 13 books, and they're all about like the 300 to 400 page range, so nothing too crazy. And then I listen to audiobooks sometimes, but I downloaded Audible specifically because they were doing the full cast Harry Potter audiobooks.
Yeah, so, I want to listen to those. So, little tangent, talking about Harry Potter. I'm going to get on my little tangent. So, we were talking about the kids, and we were talking about Broadway stuff, right, the other day. We went down kind of a rabbit hole, okay? And we were talking about how expensive it is and how, like, even the touring is expensive, but it's more manageable, okay? And I looked up tickets to go see on Broadway in New York for the 4 of us to go see a performance of The Cursed Child right now. It's almost $2,000, and that's the cheap seats.
No, thank you.
But then once Tom Felton stops playing, because he ends in May, stops playing Draco, the cheapest tickets were $77 a piece.
There it is.
And I was like, oh, see, look what they did.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to live in a city that gets the tourists that stop here. So
I mean, we get a lot of them too, but like, a lot of it was the kids are really wanting to see the first Shadow. The Stranger Things, cool. And we're just talking about how like frustrating it is that they really. I just feel like the first Shadow should have been something that was announced after the series ended, and not while the series was going, because of how much the lore plays into things that has people kind of upset about. But it's tough, man, when you're like, yeah, I don't have the money to go to New York. Thanks. I'll just hopefully someone will pirate it on the internet.
Yeah, even the tours get spendy sometimes. We've seen Hamilton twice when it's come here, and boy, those ones, for them being here for 7 days and doing 10 shows, they are still spendy. So
yeah. But another thing is, I haven't recorded this, but I thought about, you know how like we've talked about how they did the Kingdom Come audio last year. They did All-Star Superman. I was like, you know what I would really like? I would like Batman Noel. I think an audio reading, like they've done like a full cast of Batman Noel, would be pretty epic. Because it's just one of those stories, it's a self-contained story that would be really great. And being that the holiday is in it, you know, it just becomes something that, I'm going to revisit this yearly.
Yeah.
You know, and it would be really neat to have as an audio. But yeah, that's all I got for today, man. It would have been a little bit longer. It's a little bit of a shorter show, but that's fine. Solomon was supposed to be here with us and wasn't able to. But Levi, thanks for stopping by, man. Are you ready for the 2026, the year of Supergirl?
Oh man, dude, that image they released this week, that got me pretty excited. It went from like, okay, this looks like it's going to be good. That image, the suit looks amazing. So,
and I want to get the shirt. The shirt that I want to get is the Truth, Justice, Whatever shirt.
Are you guys ready for the amount of Lobo cosplayers we're going to see?
I can't wait though. I told Tyler, I said it's going to be funny because Jason Momoa is going to make him a Lobo fan.
And I said that's because probably
Jason Momoa.
Well, it's kind of like this. I was never a big Wolverine fan, but I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. So like, when Wolverine's in the comics, I'm kind of like, okay. On the animated series, I was like, okay. But like in the movies, because you like Hugh Jackman, it's like, okay,
right. And because of him, that's why they created Wolverine and the X-Men, and he was centered around as the leader of the team.
Exactly, and I feel like it's gonna be very similar with because I already like Momoa. I got 2 pictures of me with Momoa hanging on my wall.
I think it's one of those rare castings where like. Born to play a character. Ryan Reynolds is born to play Deadpool. You know, mm-hmm. Jason Momoa is, born to play Lobo.
But it'll be one of those like, I like Momoa like as Lobo, and like if they announce after Supergirl, because it's going to happen, Lobo own movie, I'll go see it because I like Momoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you best believe that's going to be rated R.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Oh yeah, it very much should be. You talked about her costume looking really good. It's funny because when you look at like the different suits that superheroes are wearing, and like primarily Superman, the way they talk about it, and the way they talk about especially this suit for Superman, where it's like a suit, it's not like this skin tight thing, Mm-hmm. Or spandex. Basically Supergirl in the show and modern day and in the new movie is wearing a suit. It's not like just this skin tight body suit for her, which I'm sure that people would love to see. but that's not what it is, and that's not how they ever actually make a woman look in that suit. Not even Helen Slater, you know. Honestly, the closest thing to that would be Laura Vandervoort in Smallville. That's just because she's wearing clothes, you know, form-fitting clothes. But then when you put it on Superman, people are like, a suit. It's not the spandex, or it's not the muscles, but it's like, it's okay for one super to have a suit, you know, an actual kind of like suit representation, but not the other. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks great.
I would say with the suit thing, though, Superman, and specifically like the David Cornsweet one, like, we've seen the skin tight in every version of Superman mostly. But I think for David's, I think people are like, okay, they're not going to do skin tight. So it's going to be, you know, we saw the collar and it's like, oh, it'll be like armor. It'll be the Kryptonian armor, like New 52, because it's very clearly inspired by that look. And then it's like, oh, no, it's actually just like padded.
It's a suit.
Yeah. Like, yeah, so I think people were more just thrown off than
they acknowledge it's a suit.
They had their own headcanons,
right?
Knocked out.
It's his version of the leather jacket.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah. And I still like, you know, I hate the fact that, what do you call it? We're never going to get a shirt rip with David, because David keeps his suit in a suitcase near him and not in under his clothes, which, I mean, makes sense. But man, that shirt rip is so iconic.
Never say never. I mean, what's the best way to sell toys for superheroes?
New costumes.
New costumes.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I know. We're all guilty of it. Look behind me. Okay.
Yep.
You just change just a little bit.
Right. That's only a small section.
So, all right.
You
guys
both
have
got me outweighed.
Levi's got us both outweighed. That's why his is a secret. He's gonna, like, one day we're gonna come visit him and be like, here's a tour of my museum.
No, most of my stuff is in this room right here. I'm actually sitting at my wife's desk so that my stuff is in the background. You can't really see my desk, but it kind of just, every time I open something, it just gets added to the desk until I figure out what I want to do with it. So,
like it.
Don't bump it, because then all the toys will just go.
My dad was visiting a few weeks ago, and he goes, "How do you work at your desk?" I'm like, this area right here is workspace. The rest of it, I don't touch.
Yeah, this is play space. These are my toys.
Yeah, my kids don't understand that these are daddy's toys, and you don't play with them. You just look at them and don't move my stuff around.
Allura was like, "What are those?" Talking about my toys up on the shelf. Oh, she opened. The new Superman, the David Superman. She ripped the box all open, and she got Crypto out.
Oh.
And she colored on Superman and Crypto with like oil crayons, like oil, you know, those oil-based crayons that smear and stuff. Oh, she colored all over him.
Well, guess who's not getting Christmas or a birthday this year? Because Daddy's got to go buy a new figure.
So, I haven't taken it out of the box yet to work on cleaning it. I just set it back on the shelf, and I was
cried.
I will get to you shortly.
Oh, and I was looking to see if there's anything I missed. The only other thing that I have news-wise, and it's just so late, is they're underway with casting for the Mr. Miracle animated show. So, yay. But good night, everybody. This is us, and remember, Volatile Connection.
Look up in the sky!
Thank you for checking out the Krypton Report. Please click our link tree in the show notes to follow us on your favorite social media platform. We have a $1 Patreon, just $1 a month to keep us going. And in return, you get exclusive shows and specials. If you want to join us on an episode, send us an email or a message.
Hi, this is David Patrick Wilson. I played Superman, Clark Kent, in the television production of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, enjoying every minute of being right here on the Krypton Report.